Psalms 37 and 28. For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved for ever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. Kala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Yes, Ariel, back at you, another lesson. This morning we're going to look at the word judgments, because the Lord loveth judgments. You know, this could be a whole, there's so many videos you can do on judgments and the Most High, how he feels about judgments, but we're going to concentrate on just the word for now. So before we go in, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Harakakwadash. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the sincere Akim. And rise up to the house of David. And yes, we are rising up. This is our time. Our time is coming in. We're coming into our time. We're seeing these judgments every time we turn on the news. And if you used to celebrate every time you saw a judgment, you'd be celebrating all around the clock, man. So we just selecting our judgments wisely, selecting our celebrations wisely, because they're picking up momentum, man. I'm going to entitle this video "The Machine Gun Fire." Judgments coming in like machine gun fire. So, no, I might not. Well, I'll see what I'm going to entitle it. But it's going to be around the word judgments. And we're going to look into the blue letter a little bit more. We're going to start with Google, because it's fascinating to me that how the Most High, he has love. And he has love for his people. He has love for his children. He wants to see us be dealt with fairly, justly, righteously. So he loveth judgments. And if you ain't doing what's right, he's going to select you for one of his judgments. And it ain't going to be nice, man. So we're going to look at the word. It's a fascinating word. When you look at it a little bit more, you get to understand the insight and understand the Most High's mind, which we know that we can't do that. According to Isaiah 55, who can know the mind of the Most High? We can't. But he gives us a little. He gives us little insights every now and then when you look into the precepts, into the scriptures, man. Let's get to it. We're going to look at judgment. What Google has to say. It's quite a bit of synonyms here. Under judgments, it says the ability to make considered decisions or to come to suitable conclusions. Yeah, discernment, acumen, shrewdness, common sense, perception, I'm going to butcher that one. Penetration, acuity, discrimination. Well, this kingdom ain't got no sense of judgments. If you want to use that word there, discrimination. If they're full of this, they're full of racism, hatred, and prejudice. And as we saw in the court cases, and we're going to see more, them holding themselves not guilty, that shows that they don't have no sense of righteous judgment, no sense of righteousness. This kingdom, as we know, prudence, understanding, intelligence, awareness, sharpness, cleverness, reason, logic. They have no sense of reason. Unreasonable. Right. So we've got enough there. We've got the gist of that. And it says there in 2, it says a misfortune or calamity viewed as a divine punishment. See that? Google even knows that. Judgments, as a divine punishment. Yeah. The Most High brings them judgments, man, according to Isaiah 45 and 1 Samuel 6, or is it 2 and 6? Anyway, we're going to get to some precepts. Punishment, retribution, penalty, just desserts. And Esau, you're going to get yours. Right now, this is time of Jacob's trouble. You can look and you can admire, you can laugh all you want. and you can look down your nose at what's happening to the so-called black man on the streets getting shot down. You can look down your nose, you can point your finger, you can call them all kind of bywords and n-words, but the time is coming when you're going to start getting your just desserts, retribution, punishment. You're going to start getting your penalty. So that was Google. And have we seen this before? You are judged by the company you keep. Yeah. So we be careful who the company we keep. Yeah, because we've heard this word before. Our mum used to say, don't hang around with them bad company there. You know. And then you end up getting in trouble because you was hanging around with some bad breed of people. Them ultimately it's the wicked. They're the bad company. But for us in this truth, we don't really have too much. We don't spend too much time with the people, the wicked people out there. You know, the wicked niggers or some of them goyim. We have to rub shoulders with people. Yeah, we do. We don't have to be over righteous, but spend too much time with them, their bad habits will rub off on us. No matter how strong we think we are, if we spend too much time with bad people, wicked people, with bad intentions, bad motives, you know, as it says there, you are judged by the company you keep, because you start to develop bad, you know, as we know who are in the world. We don't want to rub shoulders with them now. Now we know how precious this truth is and the future that we have, and we're going in two different directions. So we use judgment in the people that we spend our time with. Ultimately, we spend our time with brothers, sincere brothers in this truth. So the spirit flows more freely with us. Yeah, but if you have to deal with them people there, you have to deal with them, you know, at work, college and all them places there. But me personally, you know, spend as little time with wicked people as possible for me. I don't like to be around. I pick up vibrations and bad energies, and people, you know, people are known by the precept says that the people are known by their facial expressions, man. So a lot of these people, you can see demons on them. Right, quite frankly, they got demons on them. So you are judged by the company you keep. That's another one there. We looked at that. We looked at the Google. Let's look at etymology word. Just pick up bits and pieces just quickly here. It don't have to be no long video. Action of trying a law trial. Action of trying a law trial, also for making decisions, the French judgment, legal judgments or diagnosis. Yeah, if you got for us physicians, which a lot of us are physicians, you know, we don't have the title, we don't, you know, you haven't been to some of these doctorates, because we don't doctor things, we don't lie things, we don't doctor up things, but we're physicians. We have to use judgment to diagnose something. You have to use judgment, so you have to have a good understanding of the illness to diagnose something, not to doctor something, to lie on something, to doctor something up, put something together that ain't true. But to physician, something means you have to be able to diagnose something, which comes from the word judge. So you learn something new every day. Penalty imposed by a court. We all know that one there. Decisions, verdict in a court case. To the final trial of the human race in the future state. Yeah, and the judgments are here. One of my previous videos, man. The king of terrors is on his way. I'm gonna retitle that video. The king of judgments is here, with his spirits that are created for vengeance. The king of judgments, the king of terrors is here, with the spirits that are created for vengeance. They're here, and the judgments is in the earth. Yeah, man. Let's look at some of these some of the updates of the judgments. This is from News CNN. I ain't gonna play it. It says here, tragic haunting list of U.S. mass shootings grows by the day, and it mentions some of the places there. I'm not gonna play this. You know, ugly the mic, oh man. Church. Yeah, this is some of the places. It's about 30 places. There are churches, elementary school, high school. If you can see that, the list there. I'll zoom in. About 30 places there. This is what she's saying. Tragically, this is the list. It says that they happen in churches, elementary schools recently. These are the recent shootings, the places where they took place. Restaurant, military bases, navy yard, post offices. What's that one there? Movie, cinemas, synagogue, grocery stores, concert, college, nightclubs, bars, Walmarts, FedEx facilities. That was one of the recent ones that took place. The FedEx facility place there. McDonald's, hospital, community centers, city center, multiple center, municipal center, newsroom, homes, workplaces. These are where all the shootings are taking place over there, you know, around the world. Massacres, parlors, massage parlors, gas stations, the streets, festivals, hotel, airports. You're not safe nowhere. You're not safe from any of the. You're not, in a nutshell, you're not safe from judgment from the Most High. It's because it's all coming from the Most High. Okay, here's another list here that I found. I just googled and it brought me to this Reuters, and here's a list of about 25 places there. I'll read one or two of them. States over there in America where they took place. Austin, April the 18th, 2022. A gunman opened fire at an apartment complex, killing 2 women and a man. Police are hunting for the suspect, a former detective for the Travis County Sheriff Office. Right, this was a police officer gone on a mad shooting rampage, man. These are all spirits jumping on people, even professional former police officers. The spirits created for vengeance are jumping on anybody's fair game, man. The spirits created for vengeance are here. The king of terrors is here. Yahushua, which you Christians ignorantly call Jesus, is here and is tearing up shop, wrecking shop via judgments. Here's another one. I'll read this one and then we get to the blue letter. Texas, April the 8th, 2021. A gunman opened fire at a cabinet marking plant in Texas, where he walked, killing 1 person and wounding 6 others before he was taken into custody. Boy, see, look how many is here. This is Austin, Texas, California, Colorado, Atlanta. These are all the recent shootings, and all in July. Most of them in July and March, last month. Some of them go back to February. Greenville, Milwaukee, Louisiana, El Paso, Dayton, Virginia. Trio, all these places, right? It goes on and on. These are all the recent shootings, counted around about 25 of them, just recent, over there in a lot of the states over there in America. So the Most High Yahweh Shemir Shai is in the earth. We're going to look at some words now, or some precepts, how the Most High says understand the mind. A little bit that we can get, what He's given us to understand His mind, in the precepts in the scriptures, man. Genesis, we'll start with this one. See, on judgments. There's a lot of them here. Look, see, there's a lot of. I just tapped in judgments in the blue letter, and these are the precepts that come up. We read 1 or 2 here. Genesis 18 and 19 says, "For I know him that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord, to do justice and judgments, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him." Right. Yeah, we understand a little bit about judgments here now. Exodus 12 and 12, it says, "For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt." Yeah, Yeah, this was the deliverance out of Egypt, man. Yeah, and we were there. We were there. Our forefathers, which were us, were there visualizing it. I'm just visualizing it now, coming out of Egypt, man. You know, or even the Passover, which we had recently, man. Yeah, for I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt, and I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And that was one. That would have been a victorious time. That would have been a solemn time. But if you got through that, you would have been looking back saying, all praises Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Kala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. When he saw the Most High Yahweh Yahushai executing judgment on the wicked oppressors. In those times, it was the Egyptians. You would have been happy to be delivered. So judgment is all throughout the Bible, very prominent. And as we looked at Psalms, let's go back to it, man. As we looked at how the Most High feels about judgment, Psalms 37 and 28 says, for the Lord loveth judgments, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. Seed of the wicked are being cut off. We just saw those news, some of those news articles, the lists of judgments that are taking place now. The recent shootings, man. There's a lot. Major mass shootings in the United States. Look at that. Yeah? See, that's the evidence. I'm just showing you the evidence. You know, the scriptures don't lie. Prophecies don't lie. The Most High loves judgments. These are all the judgments that have been in the earth there. Yeah? CNN newscaster, you can ask her. You know, she says, look, tragic haunting list of mass shootings grows by the day, and that's the Most High. That's the precepts. Yeah, back to it again. The Lord loveth judgments and forsaketh not his saints, but he don't forsake his saints. Yeah, that's us. What you people don't like, those that are the prophets today, in the garments, what you call robes or dresses, we're the saints, and we're pushing this truth, telling you your judgments. It's in the earth now. Forsaketh not his saints, they are preserved forever. Right. Yeah? How you like me now? They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. All the wicked people are going to be cut off because the Most High Yahweh Yahushai, God, or Jesus, Yahweh Yahushai, you call him God or Jesus, you will be cut off, but the saints will be preserved forever. So let's take a closer look into the blue letter, some words now. Closer look. We're going to look at the word judgment. There's a lot on judgments, you see, but we're going to this is the angle we're taking. Judgments, as we know, when we looked at the Google, even the Google was right about judgments, and the etymology was right about the judgments. They refer to it in a court setting. It takes place, but you don't like to do it in justice, in righteousness. You do it in wickedness, in favor of the wicked. But in our kingdom, it's going to be done in righteousness. Judgments, justice, act of deciding a case, we're going to do it in righteousness. Place, court, set of judgment, process, procedure. Right. Sentence, decision of judgment, executing of judgment, time of judgment, justice, right, rectitude, attributes of God. Here you go. And if man do it the way that it's supposed to be done, it will be done right too. It will be done in righteousness. So it's an attribute of God. Judgment is an attribute of God. So when you see these people, these wicked people being judged, give praises to Yahweh Shemeshah. Get the wine out. Get out the wine. Don't hesitate, and don't feel bad. Don't feel guilty if you bring out some wine when you see some wicked people getting judged. And just say, all praises to Yahweh Shemeshah, Kala Yahweh Shemeshah, because that is what the Most High says. He loves it. He loves it. We're going to look at the words. We're going to look at another word too. Ordinance, decision in the law, right, privilege, due, legal, proper, fitting, measure, fitness, custom, manner, plan. Here's the Strongs. Yo, Rutters, I'll bring out some wine later, man. You know, I'll find some more judgments to look at and bring out some wine and say, all praises to Yahweh Shimon Shai. Kala Yahweh Shimon Shai. Yeah, right now it's very the system is corrupt. But I'm talking about the Most High's judgment from on high. The Spirit's created for vengeance. That's what I'm talking about. It don't, you know, surgical strikes don't miss and they don't make mistakes. They're always accurate and they're always on time. And they're in righteousness. And that's the kind of judgment we're talking about, the righteous judgment. Proper verdict, favourable or unfavourable, pronounced, judicial, especially a sentence or former degree, human or participant, divine law, individual or collective, included the act of a place, the suit of the crime and the penalty, abstractly justice, right? Determination, discretion, opposing due fashion, form to a judge judgment, justly, manner of the law, manner, measure, due order, ordinance, right sentence, right? So this is from the Most High. When He does it, it's a surgical strike. We'll look at another word, and then one or two precepts. I think the point is really made. Yeah, the Most High, He loveth judgments. So if He loves judgments, let's see if we can understand. Get a bit more insight via the precepts through the Spirit of Yahweh Shimon Shai. He loveth judgments. This is a bit more understanding of the mind of Yahweh Shimon Shai. The little bit that is allowed us to understand. He says, so He loveth judgments. This is how He feels. The human love for another includes family or sexual, and He's giving it. This is a way where you might be able to understand when you put it into carnal perspective. But the Most High is talking that He loves it from a spiritual angle. He loves judgments. But this is what He's saying. It says, human love for another includes family or sexual, human appetite for objects such as food, drink, sleep, wisdom, yeah. And that's how He feels about judgments, you see. He likes it. He loves it. Human love for or to God. Act of being a friend. He feels this way about judgments. When he sees these people getting mangled up and twisted up and bent up in a car and they're wicked. That's what even the Google said. They call it, yeah, that's just desserts. Yeah, I just gave him a taste of just deserves. Vengeance is sweet. You know, we've heard some of these words. Vengeance is sweet and justice is good, better served cold, and all these kind of phrases we heard out there in the streets. You know, when you talk about street justice. You know, because, you know, they got the man from the street, you know, they call it street justice when that guy was wicked, you know. Yeah, what happened to him? Or someone got shot. Yeah, and you know, in the movies, you got the bad guy going through the movie causing mayhem, blowing up places and killing innocent people, so-called innocent people. I'm talking relating it to a movie, but at the end, you see what happened to him. You're happy because he got his just desserts. You know, vengeance is best served cold. We don't like to see the wicked guy getting away with it. And that is how we can relate to it as a human. When someone wicked gets his just desserts, we love it. So that's how we can understand the Most High loveth judgments, because He's talking about judgment on the wicked. God loves toward a man, to individual men, to people of Israel. Yeah, and He loves His people. That's why He describes us as His saints. To the righteous. Yeah, lovable. And we are lovable, yeah. He says that we are His peculiar people, yeah. There's no other people like us, man. They're the former of all things. So He loves us, His peculiar people, not because we are a multitude of people, large in number, but because there's something lovable about us. We're peculiar. We're the underdogs. You see, the Most High loves the underdog, man. So that's how He feels. And when you see the wicked, the big bully in the playground, You know, going around beating people up, and then, you know, you put it in that term, and then someone comes along, the underdog, who no one expects, to give him a punch on his nose, the bully, and he goes down. You love it, and you love that underdog when you see him do that. That's what we're talking about here. That's how he loves judgment. So yeah, I think the point is made. I did the best I could at bringing the understanding to the Most High way of how he feels about why he loves judgments. Yeah, this is the Strong's definition. A primitive root to and have affection for, yeah, or otherwise. So he loves it. Yeah, judgment. Let's see what the Hebrew has to say. Let's see what the Hebrew has to say. Judgment.
Strong's H 4941. Mishpat. Mishpat.
Mishpat. We might say mashapacham. Yeah, judgments is in the earth. Mishpat, mashapacham. I'll call mashapacham, and yes, the Most High loves mishpat, mashapacham. Kala Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. Point is made. So judgments is in the earth, and if the Most High loves judgments, so do we. So later on, I'm gonna bring out the wine, man, and say all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yoshai for mashapacham, bringing it in the earth. Kala Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. For the Lord loveth judgments, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. For the Lord loveth mashapacham, yabinawa, upon all the enemies. Yes, mashapacham. Yeah, shalak, mashapacham, yabinawa. I just said in the Hebrew, send judgments upon all my enemies. Babakusha, babakusha, babakusha. Please, please, please. Yes, I just said, send judgments, send punishments, send judgment upon all my enemies. Please, 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 in the Hebrew. So we just got a bit more understanding into the mind of Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. He brings judgments, and he loves bringing judgments. And every day we're seeing more and more judgments. Just turn on the news. Kala Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. Tawada to Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. Thank you. Tawada means thank you. To the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yoshai, for giving me the spirit to do this video. Shalom to all the sincere Akim, and rise up to the house of David. Shalom, we out.